Okay, this is a reaction video. This is from Henry Talks Football. I watched Tottenham play Nottingham Forest tonight. 18 defeats for Tottenham this season. Again, I'll say it again. Tottenham is safe. They are not going to be relegated. They may finish 17th, but they are not going to be relegated. They are still in the Europa League. They're in the semifinal against Bodø/Glimt, whatever the team name is from Norway, up in the Arctic Circle. They have the first game at home. Tottenham has the first game at home. They have a good chance of winning the Europa League. Okay, they really have a good chance of winning it. But let's hear what Henry has to say, because I imagine he's pretty ticked off at the way they played tonight, and it's difficult for old Henry. But let's hear what he has to say.
18 defeats this season. 18 defeats in this Premier League season. 2
of them to Arsenal. My team. 2-0 at Tottenham Stadium and 2-1 at the Emirates.
It's a fucking disgrace. That is an absolute abomination. More defeats than West Ham. More defeats than Everton. More defeats than Wolves. The only teams that have got more defeats
are the teams that are being relegated.
2 of them are relegated. If it wasn't for this Europa League, and if it wasn't for teams right now being worse than us in terms of those teams in the relegation zone, we may have actually got relegated this season. Honestly, the game plan today, spamming crosses into a Nottingham.
Look, in the first 16 minutes, 3 goals were scored by Nottingham Forest. 1 was offside, which was a good call. The other 2 were not.
Forest penalty area. And you've got 3 defenders that are very good in the air in Murillo, Milinkovic. I don't understand the game plan today. That was fucking disgraceful, that first half. Absolutely disgraceful. The players were booed off at half time. And what do we do in the second half? Why
more of the same.
Is Ange Postecoglou risking Van de Ven? Why is he risking Christian Romero? You know, we've got a Europa League semi-final coming up.
So you don't just worry about why you're worried about Nottingham Forest. You got beat by a team that's 3rd place in the Premier League, and it has a good chance of making it to Europe. Okay, look, you could end up making it to the Champions League if you win 3 more games in the Europa League. That's what you should be worried about. I don't know why you're worried about Nottingham Forest.
Why are we risking these players? Bring on Dominic Solanke. We're already 2-0 down and the game's done. 18 defeats. If we don't win the Europa...
Yeah, you're going to have 19 or 20, probably 21 defeats I could see with Tottenham this year.
Europa League, and we have more. We can have something like 20 odd defeats this season. We've got Liverpool on Sunday.
That's going to be a defeat.
We've got West Ham away coming up. It's their cup.
That West Ham, you can beat West Ham.
Final. We've got Aston Villa away, and we've still got to play Crystal Palace. This season, other than the Europa League, this Premier League season on its own is absolutely disgraceful. Make sure you go down and drop a like on the video.
Yeah, please click like, share, and subscribe for Henry as well as for me. I would appreciate it.
I don't even care. I really don't.
Oh, you care. You know you care.
I'm sick and tired of watching this shit. I'm literally just praying, absolutely praying, we beat Bodø/Glimt and we win the Europa League, because this season has been...
Well, if you beat Bodø/Glimt, you're probably going to be playing against Athletic Bilbao, because the game is being played at Athletic Bilbao Stadium. That's where the finals are being played. So, we'll see.
Nothing short of just heartbreak. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. We are closing in on 52K. We're about 800 away or 700 away, whatever it is, 758 away, and about 90% of you watch the content every month and not subscribe.
Yeah, subscribe like me. Subscribe to him and subscribe to me. I would appreciate it. It would be very generous if you did.
Tottenham 1, Nottingham Forest 2. I can't get my head around looking at this team, looking at these players that played in Germany on Thursday night, how you can put in a performance like that in Germany in the most hostile atmosphere there is. Porro played that game. Romero played that game.
Look, Manchester United fans are asking the same question. How could you put in a performance like you did where you win, you're down 4-2, you score 3 goals, you win 5-4, and then you go in against Wolves and you lose 1-0. Well, look, it's a European hangover. That's what it is.
Vicario, Van der Ven, Spence, Kulu was on the bench, Bentancur played, Saar was on the bench, and Tell played. Oliver, Kulusevski, Saar and Richarlison weren't there. But 7 of that 11 played against Frankfurt. We defended as a unit, we defended as a team, there was character. You could see what the game plan was. The game plan today was spam crosses into the box for Richarlison. And don't get me wrong, that is how we got our goal. But surely the attack. Oliver was basically hugging the touchline. Tell was hugging the touchline. There was no one in the middle of the park. Someone was being resorted to flipping making number 8 darting runs into the box, which clearly isn't his game. And I tell you what, this Nottingham Forest team, the game plan was so.
This Nottingham Forest team is a good team. It's a solid team. It's a well put together team. They play for each other. They're an outstanding team. That's why they're in 3rd place in the Premier League.
So easy for them. Put the ball in the box and you will score goals. That is all you flipping have to do from a Nottingham Forest perspective. And guess what? That is how Chris Wood scored. You know, Nottingham Forest today, that is the easiest 3 points they'll get all season, other than the game they beat us at home at the City Ground. Topolo making his Premier League start, clears it off the line. Nico Williams pretty much pocketed Tell that whole second half. Danilo and Dominguez, Big Dominguez got the assist. Elanga, I mean, it's just not good enough. Not good enough. 18 defeats is absolutely criminal. And look at the match stats. Look at the match stats. They had 3 shots and.
They had 3 shots to 22. Look, that's how Nottingham Forest plays. They absorb and then they counterattack. That's what they do. 6 shots on targets to 3, 70%. Look, Tottenham should have won this game. Okay, there's no question about Tottenham should have won this game, but they didn't.
Scored twice. We battered them on shots on target, possession, passing accuracy. We probably had more corners than them as well. Let's have a look. Yeah, what a surprise, 1 corner. But their game plan was to score and sit back.
Which is what they've done all season, and they've been successful all season.
Our home stadium this season has been like a brothel. We've been ran through so many flipping times. So many times. We racked up an XG tonight of 2.14, and Forest had an XG of 0.64, and we've just lost 2-1. For the 18th time this season, Tottenham have.
You know, you'd think he'd be used to it by now, losing. You'd think he'd be used to it by now. 18 games, probably going to lose against Liverpool on Sunday, and probably going to lose at Aston Villa. You should think he'd be used to it by now.
Hasty defeat. And I talk about this all the time. I talk about starting well. The manager's team talk is ringing in your ears. And we've been scored home and away by Nuno Espirito Santo, our old manager. That is embarrassing. A terrific
Yeah, your old manager who really didn't last the whole season with Tottenham.
start for Nottingham Forest. Elanga's corner is glanced at the near post, up nicely to the edge of the box for Anderson, who drills a right-footed half volley through the crowd, takes a nick off Bentancur, and we are 1-0 down. Vicario couldn't do a lot about that. They then scored 5 minutes later. It was disallowed by a VAR.
Yeah, they had 3 goals in, like I said, in the first 15 or 16 minutes of the game, but one of them was called offside, rightfully so.
At that point, as soon as they scored, I just sat there and just thought, I don't even care. Don't even care.
Well, you sound like a Manchester United fan.
Like, I said on the football terrace, I didn't really care about this game. And to be honest, I didn't. But what really pissed me off was we're doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over.
And you're going to be doing it over and over and over and over again.
Over again. Putting in crosses into a penalty area where we're not doing anything from it. Like, come on now. What was that? It's absolutely pathetic. Risking players like Bergvall. If that was the 11 you were going to choose, why are a lot of the fringe players not playing? You know, why are we risking Romero and Van der Ven?
No, I guess you're right. I mean, look, it's probably what you need to do is just play the kids in the Premier League, get them experience, see how good they do, see they sink and swim, and then put all your best players in for the Europa League and see if you can win that.
Why couldn't flipping? Why could?
I mean, that's what Arsenal should do. Arsenal should put all their scrubs in for the Premier League, but for the Premier League, and then put their best players for the Champions League. But they're not going to do that. They played Wednesday against Crystal Palace, and then you don't have a game on the weekend. You have a game on I think Tuesday or Wednesday next week. So you can probably still play your best players. And it's home against Crystal Palace, and you should win. You have to win that game.
Couldn't Ben Davies started this game, or Archie Gray started this game? Why are we starting flipping? Why is Romero and Van der Ven starting this game? I'm sorry, but that is absolute BS. We're starting Romero and Van der Ven, our two most important defenders. We're starting them. We're starting Porro and Spence. Why is flipping Davies and Danso not starting this game? Jesus Christ, man. When they get the second goal, a simple ball into the box. I don't know what Vicario's doing. We need to start having serious conversations about this goalkeeper because he's not good enough.
Boy, you're talking like the Manchester United players talk about. Fans talk about Onana. Goalkeeper. Got to get rid of goalkeeper. Got to get a new goalkeeper.
It comes to claiming crosses or punching anything. Elliot Anderson was probably man of the match, to be honest. Wood played well as well. Good hold-up play. And, of course, he got the goal. The simplest of headers. And then we knocked. We created chance after chance. We even resorted to Danso taking left-foot strikes from about 25 yards out because we have no creativity in this team when Bergwijn and Maddison aren't playing. Dare I say we probably missed Heung-min Son today, but look at our recent results in the Premier League.
Yeah, I mean, Son would have helped, I think, but he hasn't done very well in the... I mean, look, there's not a whole lot you guys can do, but again, like I said, you guys should just play for the Europa League. You're safe in the Premier League, and then get rid of Postecoglou at the end of the year.
It's absolutely embarrassing. We've conceded 4 goals to Wolves. 2 goals. I mean, look at our recent results. 3 defeats in our last 4. That Frankfurt game is literally papering over the cracks. And don't get me wrong.
Look, and you thought you guys were going to lose that game as well. But somehow you got... Look, fortunately, the Frankfurt goalkeeper had lost his mind and took out your player and led for a penalty kick, which got you guys the victory. And you guys played defensively pretty well.
I do think there's a good chance we make the final. But our Premier League results are embarrassing. Defeat by Fulham. Defeat by Chelsea. Beat a terrible relegated Southampton side. Defeat by Wolves. Defeat by Nottingham Forest. Drew to Bournemouth. Defeat by City. Beat Ipswich, who are pretty much relegated. Beat a terrible Man United side. Beat Brentford, which was a good result. Lost to Leicester. Lost to Everton. Our Premier League season, in terms of the overall results, has been absolutely shambolic. We did score a goal from a header, which was by Richarlison. But I'm sorry, we've got...
And a very nice goal by Richarlison as well. I mean, it was well taken.
3 more defeats than West Ham, and we're only above them by a point. We've got Liverpool coming up at the weekend. Let me tell you something right now. They are going to absolutely steamroll us about.
You're going to lose to Liverpool. There's no question about that.
4-0.
I don't know. All Liverpool needs is a 1-0 win, and they win the championship. They win the Premier League. So that good for them. But yeah, I mean, you guys are in 16th place. You guys might end up in 17th. It doesn't matter. I mean, at this point, it doesn't matter. You guys are safe in the Premier League. It doesn't really matter.
Look at that, man. Don't get me wrong. We win our next game. If we did go down and beat Liverpool, we might be highest 13th. But our goal difference is shrinking very, 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 very fast. We've conceded 5 more goals than Man United, 11 more than Everton, 6 more than Palace. only 10 less than Wolves. Don't get me wrong, if Liverpool thump us like they did, that goal difference is going to get eaten up quickly. And look at Wolves' recent form. 5 wins in a row, including...
Again, it doesn't matter, Henry. It doesn't matter. You guys are safe in the Premier League. Leicester City's down, Southampton's down, Ipswich is going to be going down. You're safe in the Premier League. That's all you should be concerned about. You should be only concerned about the Europa League.
Beating us 4-2. It literally is Europa League or bust. That is all we are playing for, because you can't tell me that these players are playing for Premier League results. Like, I'm sorry. That was absolutely shambolic today. We've got Liverpool coming up at the weekend. I'll be honest, I'm not looking forward to it. I'm really, really not. I'm really, really not. Liverpool, I mean, look at the probability. We've got a 9% chance of a win. I mean,
look, you're not going to beat Liverpool. We know you're not going to beat Liverpool. They're playing for the championship. They're going to win the title. They're going to beat you for the title. Good for them. Good for Liverpool. But, you know, again, you guys are Europa League or bust. That's what it is. You have to play for the Europa League. That's your only chance of winning a title.
I mean, does anyone give us a chance?
No, nobody gives you a chance.
For this game, rest absolutely everyone. I don't care if Tottenham get absolutely disintegrated, as long as...
Oh, yes, you do. You're going to be on here raising holy hell if you guys get blistered 6-0. Okay, that's going to happen. Okay, you are going to be on here and you're going to be absolutely screaming bloody murder if they lose 6-0 or lose by a big margin to Liverpool. I mean, don't give me any of this nonsense like you don't care. You do.
We go and beat Bodo Glimt. If we go in that home fixture and put 3 or 4 goals past Bodo Glimt, I don't care how bad the defeat is, as long as we win that Europa League. Because if we make the final and lose, and we've got something like 21 Premier League defeats, which could actually happen, because you've still got to play Villa, this season in terms of Premier League form is absolutely disgraceful. Make sure you drop a like. Make sure you hit that.
Yeah, please click like, share for Henry as well as for me. I would appreciate it. I'm sure he would appreciate it as well. Like I said, you should be. Look, if you guys lose big to Liverpool, you're going to raise holy hell. You know you're going to do it. It's not a question about it. Okay, but if you guys win against Bodo Glimt, hey, good on you. Okay, please click like, share, and subscribe. Have a good rest of your day. Thanks for watching.